Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you like my videos, give them a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions or comments or critiques, I don't care what they are, let me know. I'm all about fixing things and correcting. I'm doing my research, but I love making videos. And I told you guys that I'd be making more videos here soon. So let's get on with this video. Today's video is going to be about our happiness as a sonographer, our overall quality of life, and family and work balance as a sonographer. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so first of all, I hope you don't mind. I'm having a glass of wine because it's been a long day. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. It is Sunday. Got up this morning, took care of the dog, laid in bed for a little while, read a book, got some coffee, then I went for a walk, and then I ran all my errands, and I literally just sat down and I was like, let me go ahead and record a video. But to be completely transparent, I just did my makeup. I mowed the yard after I got home from the grocery store and everything. I mowed the yard. My husband would mow the yard, he offers, but I love doing it. It's a great time for me to get in my own head. I'm very creative when I'm in that solitary, like it just, I don't know, it's my peace. I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, so I was like, you know what, I really want to record a video. I made promises that I would start recording and uploading. So I took a shower and got dressed, and now I figured, what a better time to have a glass of wine. Plus it's steak night tonight, so I'm gonna grill some steaks. I put them on, my husband finishes them because he's the best at grilling. But anyways, as I mentioned, this video is about overall happiness in my career field, which is a sonographer. I would say that for the most part, I'm very happy. I love where I'm at. I love what I do. With every job, there is always its ups and downs, its pros and cons. I could tell you some of the cons in sonography, and this may not matter to some, and it really doesn't bother me either, but I do hear it quite a lot from other sonographers, is that nurses get all the recognition, to the point that as we're scanning patients, most patients call us nurses. And so when, for instance, if you did a great job with a patient and they just don't remember your name after their appointment, and they go and leave a review and they say the doctors and the nurses were all great. Well, so in our minds, where's the sonographer comment? And that's how we feel like our upper management looks at it as well. Hopefully they see it, because you know, a lot of upper management have actually been in our career field or kind of understand. So hopefully they do see that. Another thing that I've gotten as a complaint from others is our pay. So for a 2-year degree, our pay is amazing, and the more specialized, the more you make. However, as we all know, we've been going through a pandemic for 2 years, and most of us have worked relentlessly, picked up extra shifts, extra stress, and the only raise we got was our normal merit raise. And that's for the cost of living. Well, the cost of living, unless you're living under a rock or you're living on your own land, you know that the cost of living has like skyrocketed throughout this. So our pay doesn't match. Now, that's probably in every career field. However, it kind of gives you this like bitter taste in your mouth when you get an email stating that the frontline workers, aka the nurses, are all getting raises, and they tell you how much those raises are, and then we're like, we worked frontline too. Where's our raise? So, you know, of course, our upper management is trying to fight for that. So hopefully we can get that. But I would say that would be like the biggest cons to being a sonographer. I mean, there's other cons, like when you take call, and I get the question asked all the time, as a new sonographer, do you have to take call? Do you have to work nights? Some people get very lucky, and don't ever have to take call or work nights, but it's kind of a rite of passage. Like, everybody's gonna do it. The money's better that way, except for the older we get, the more sleep we require. And I'm sorry, those late nights are rough. I did it for a while, or not late nights, those getting called throughout the middle of the night, they're rough. So now that I'm in the clinic, I would say that my overall mental health has gotten better. As you know, I took a break from making videos a while back, and it wasn't that I didn't want to make videos, but I literally was like on the verge of a depression. I'm not a depressive person, but I would say that like I kind of was in a funk. I would say that, like, you know, you just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home. And it's like, you know, I'm one that likes to take vacations. We didn't really get a lot of vacations just because everybody in the world is going through this as well. So like, I'm not doing this is not a pity party by any means. But I just like lost my motivation to make videos, I don't know, I just wanted to come home and hang out with my family. And so I didn't make any videos. But I also realized that when I make videos, like when I made my videos, the one that I posted, and I made a video prior that I have not uploaded yet, and there's reasons behind that. I don't know if I explained it in the last video, but I will upload it. But I did notice that when I upload videos or when I make videos, I feel a lot happier. I feel a little more in my purpose. And yeah, so I mean, I would have to say that the overall quality of life and happiness as a sonographer is high. There are things that we see on a daily basis that may bring us down and may make us sad. For instance, in MFM, we see quite a bit of well, I'd say not quite a bit, but we see quite a bit of babies that have, or fetuses that have chromosomal abnormalities or other defects. And that's very sad because, you know, what these parents are having to go through, and they worry that their baby's gonna be okay. We also have seen fetal demise quite frequently. So, I mean, like, that's a hard part of our job. Now, I was talking to a friend recently who works in the general department, and throughout this whole past 2 years, she was telling me how packed they were and how many people she would witness like die, and it, you know, like, it's really sad. So I'm sure that plays a role in a lot of people. I don't tell you that to discourage you, because there are so many benefits to being a sonographer or being in the healthcare in general, which, speaking of, I made the mistake, and I think I called like a rad tech, but, you know, I apologize. I will correct it. But I don't mean it in any disrespect, so I really truly apologize for mixing that up. I understand when I get called like I said, a nurse or a tech. I don't know. It's just something, it's a pride that we have. So I apologize for making you feel a certain way. But as far as like work-home balance, I think depending on how many positions that you take, and if you're in a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5, or if you're a PRN, I really think that you have to find your own homework balance, you know, because when I worked PRN, I liked it because it was like shift work, so like I was home half the week. But when I worked nights, I hated it because I would come home and sleep, and then I'd get up and I'd have very little time with my children, if any, because they go to school, and then I'd go back to work. And every now and then my husband would bring the kids and like dinner to me, and so that was nice because I would get to see them for like 5-10 minutes, or if they made it on my lunch break, which was like 30 minutes, then I got to hang out with them for like 30 minutes. So that was nice, and I'm very grateful for my husband for doing that. So, I mean, I hated it, but when I was off, I made sure to spend as much time with my children as I could, my husband. But I'm just so grateful that now that I'm on the clinical side, I just work an 8 to 5, and Fridays I have a half day, and that Friday is dedicated to spending my lunch date with my husband. Every now and then we'll deviate from that because maybe he has work, he runs his own business, so he'll sometimes have to go out of town for that, or I have a hair appointment, whatever. Speaking of, I need one right now, a hair appointment. But I think it's very easy to have a good, healthy work-life balance or home-work balance, however you want to say it. So I got that question quite often here recently about mental health. I definitely think that if you're feeling burnt out, which being burnt out is a real thing, and I can do a video on that next, but feeling burnt out, if you're feeling that way, you definitely need to take a break. And if you have PTO, definitely take that PTO. That's what they give you. You earn that. So make sure you take those mental health days. Take off and relax and do what makes you happy, because you cannot serve others from an empty cup. And I know that's so cliche because everyone says it, but it's the honest to God truth. So definitely take that time to heal that burnout. I'm gonna tell you one last thing before I get out of here, because I don't want this video to be too long, but early September, the inevitable happened. I got sick. My son actually brought it home from school, and my husband, my daughter, myself, and my son all had it. And at first, for me, it felt like a really bad hangover. And then close to the end, I realized that I couldn't stand up for too long without feeling very out of breath, kind of lightheaded. So my oxygen had dropped really low, and then it would come back up when I sat down, and I had pneumonia, which I didn't realize that I had. And that was really scary for me because I'm a very healthy person for the most part. I eat really well. I work out daily. I'm not in the best of shape that I used to be in, but I do try to work out on a daily basis. So for me to feel like that was very scary to me. So after having those 3 weeks off and having a new respect for the air in my lungs, literally, I look at work completely different. I look at each day completely different. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I get to wake up and see my children every day. And I'm grateful that I have a job, and I'm grateful I love what I do. And it's definitely changed my outlook on everything, and I love it. I love that I had that eye-opening experience. Unfortunately, I felt like crap for three weeks, but yeah, it was definitely something that I needed. And that's why I say mental health is very important. So being able to be home and heal and spend time with my family, and then obviously feeling better, it's definitely what I needed. So to conclude this video, I will say the overall happiness, if I had to rate it from a 1 to a 10 as a sonographer, I would probably say 8.5, 9. It's just because there are the cons to any career field, and if you don't love what you do, then you shouldn't be in that career field. And if you do love what you do, then you're in the right place. I also had one last a question and that I wanted to answer. Someone asked me why I quit sonography. I don't think that I said that. Maybe I did, but I don't foresee myself ever quitting sonography. I may not make videos on sonography forever, just because it's limited, and I can't really tell y'all patient stuff because of HIPAA. But I don't ever see myself quitting sonography. The only way I would quit my job is if my other business ventures have really taken off and I just can't handle doing them all. But other than that, I don't see myself leaving sonography for a very long time, unless I get to retire early, but who knows. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I try to keep it short, and I'm glad to be back, and I love you guys, and thank you so much for your support. Also too, Giselle, she uploaded a video and she got a bunch of us to tell us why we love sonography, and I'll try to link it up here somewhere, whichever side it goes on. But I'll try to link it up there. Go check it out. You'll see what other people say, other sonographers say about being in this career field. I think it was a great video, and I appreciate her. And she's also got great information if you've never watched her videos either. She's got great ones. I think you should definitely subscribe to her, and I think she's even got a podcast now. So anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. God bless, and I love you all. Thank you.